Hey everybody, I'm back. As you can see, I did quite a bit of work here. I took the valve bodies off, and they're sitting over there, right there. Took the head, ended up taking the head off. Had to remove the rear exhaust manifold. Removed the intake manifold. I got the heat shield for the exhaust sitting right there. In order to do that, I had to obviously remove the power steering pump here. All those connectors and cables and everything over there. And as I said before, how this is most likely this thermostat housing. Here is the thermostat housing that was in this. It is completely melted. I mean, even these are pitted holes in the housing. It's all melted, and this stuff here is like a wax. It's a buildup of the coolant they had in it. You can see it's all down there. It's all over the side of the head. But I ended up having to loosen the timing cover, and that's involved with, I had to remove the lower motor mount. I just unbolted it. There's two 13mm bolts here, and then underneath through the bottom there's two more bolts, and those are 15mm going up. Remove those. Then there's four 10mm bolts here. They go up through the bottom, and then there's four that go around here. One of them is the pin for your guide, your timing chain guide. I had to take that one out. No, the other one's there. I did have to loosen. I took the bolts out of my water pump here, the nuts off actually, so it can get loose enough where I can bend this back just enough to get to the two bolts here for the head. And I took the other ones out. There's 8 bolts altogether. What I did find, which is the culprit of my problems, I did not drain the oil before I did this, so I've got oil all over the place. As far as the head, the gasket itself looks fine. Went around. I was like, oh man, what could be the problem? Right there. That is a gouge. A piece completely missing between my two cylinders. Also, I got oil on it because I had my gloves on, had oil. This is all eaten away. Right here. And right here. This one here, it's got oil on it, but this one's fine. And this one seems fine. Right here. Valves are a little dirty. But, that is a substantial chunk missing out of, put my finger behind it so maybe you can see how big this chunk is. This head is shot. Bring it over on this side. I guess it's the other side. You can see right here, this is all melted plastic that ran down from the that housing I showed you. That's where the housing was sitting. Now you can see why it ran out of coolant. And fortunately, she just kept driving it. And it's a little risen up right here. It's not flush. It's a little bit risen up. In this one spot right here, I can feel it. It's kind of a ledge. It's possible that this kind of scenario was happening. I did check this side. This side seems smooth. But this one right here, this one's risen up. So maybe something like that was happening, where as this one is compressing, it's just pushing everything back over here where this one is exhausting. So all my compressed fuel is exhausting. The same thing would happen on this side. When this one went up to compress to fire, it would just shoot everything over here while this one is exhausting. So I'm in the market for a head. I guess that's it. I did find there was a vacuum hose that attaches down here. Not quite sure what this does, but the vacuum hose is bad. It's all torn up. It's torn up there and up here. I'm gonna have to replace that hose if I end up rebuilding this thing, which is most likely. I've already got it down this far where, as I said, the head gasket itself, it's got oil in it because my dumbass did drain the oil out first, but the pistons, they're dirty, but they're not melted. Might need to hone those out a bit. A little rough up here, but cylinder walls are smooth and they're fine. As far as I can tell on this side, this one's fine too. Head gasket, like I said, I don't see any spots where there's a blown out head gasket, except for right here where those two cylinders were just passing information. You can see right there where it was blown, just passing through. This is fine. Clean that block up, and block should be good to go. So I'll be looking for a head, and once that comes in, you'll be sure to see me again. Thanks for watching. Alright, hey guys, just want to show you, I did clean it up with the mineral spirits. Got most of the gunk out of there. Just spray it down with that siphon hose I had with the air compressor. I did start to I wire brushed here. Wire brush this where the bad spot or the hole is, because I'm going to put a small amount of aluminum weld here, and then I'm going to do the aluminum weld here. You probably can't see it very well, but there is a little divot between the two cylinder walls here, or the valve bodies here. There's a little divot. I'm going to fill that divot in. I started right here. There's some pitting right here. I'm not sure if I'm gonna weld that or not, just because I can't get a clean in those those divots. I can't get that clean. I don't want it to not bond in there and just flake off inside my cylinders. As you can see, I have aluminum buildup inside my valves here as well. I'm gonna sand that gently, so I'm not gonna ruin, hopefully not ruin the valve seats. But I will be, like I said, I will be welding from here to here. I'm gonna fill all this in, fill this whole crack in. I'm also gonna cover this as well, just a small bead. It's gonna look like a little pool in this spot, and a little pool in this spot as well. Hey there everybody, I'm back. When we left off, I was going to try to weld that head, that big hole in the head. I attempted to. As you can see over there, I went through an entire bottle of propane. I also stuck my heat gun on the side of it as well to help heat it up. Sat there for an hour with the propane, no luck. Took it over to my father-in-law's house, put it on top of his wood burning stove. The stove was reading 900 degrees on the top. I also took his oxyacetylene torch to the head, to no luck. So I have decided just to buy a reman head. I found one on eBay for 200 bucks, free shipping. So that should be in here tomorrow. In the meantime, I was doing some prep work here, trying to get, I clean more of the material off the for the head gasket. I also decided to inspect while I had it this far, inspect the water pump, which I have it off now, but it connected here. That's where the thermostat sits. I had to take the 2 bolts off of there. There's 2 bolts that go in here. There's also an 18mm bolt that attaches down there. It's right down there, and there's a hose here somewhere. There's a hose right here that I had to take off to not sure what that is. I had to take that hose off to get this off, which is the water pump housing that sits in there down here. Back there you can see where that bolt would hook up, and then where that hose, and then this mounts to the side of the block. Your water pump then sits inside that right there. The reason I took that off because it would be a pain in the ass if I found that the water pump was bad once I got it back together, and luckily I did. Let me find the spot here. I don't know how well you can see that in this lighting, but maybe you can see it better on this side. Those are all cracks in this water pump. All those black little lines look like little spider webs. It's cracked through the other side. This water pump is bad. So thankfully I was gonna not do that, but I ended up deciding to do that. Took the water pump off to find that. It's bad, it's cracked, which is good, because then I can replace it, 35 bucks, and it's guaranteed for life. I just finished removing the gasket material, so that's just a little bit of cleanup to do on the inside there. Some of the material fell inside. Remove the gasket material off of this side and this side. Let's kind of scrape that up a little bit. I'll probably end up using ATV sealant around that to help seal that water pump back up. I also ended up wiped all that down. I got to put some more oil on that because I don't want it to rust the next day before I put that on. That's your thermostat rubber seal. It sits on top of that thing right there. Set my thermostat right here. It's going to be replaced. This is a water pump. I'm going to reuse this one. It's a water pump gasket that seals it against your timing cover back down here. So when this is all loose here, I may get a timing cover gasket because I ended up bending this when I was playing around with it. It's a rubber reusable gasket, they say, but I may just get that as well. I also took the throttle body off of the intake manifold. I did clean the intake manifold. I used the sprayer and the mineral spirits on that. I used carbon choke cleaner. I cleaned this up. I still have to pick up that rubber hose. The rubber hose is cracked and broken. I'm going to stop at AutoZone tomorrow and pick that up. This is the old thermostat housing, quote unquote. I just set the new one in there. I just put it in there, clipped one hose on it just to make sure I didn't lose it. So the new one is sitting in there right there. So that is it. I'm anxiously awaiting this new head. Once the new head comes in, I'll finish. I'm going to pick up the water pump tomorrow. I'll put the new water pump back in. This is what I've done tonight. I took the water pump off, I did have to take the exhaust manifold off. I originally just had it setting in there. Exhaust manifold is set over there. Luckily the three bolts that go on that were relatively easy to remove. A little bit of pressure, but tapped it with a hammer and they broke them free and they loosened right up. So I'll have to reinstall that once I get the new water pump on. And that's it. Talk to you later.